Aragami is a third-person stealth game with a cel-shaded art style. You play as the Aragami, a vengeful spirit who can only exist until dawn. So the whole game is set during one night, and you are the shadows that your enemy should fear, or something to that effect. To be honest, for me, they weren't really that scared. They were more of okay with the fact of seeing me, because they could just one-shot everything. The Aragami is a vengeful spirit that is summoned by Yamiko, a girl who has tasked you with collecting the 6 talismans in order to free herself and the Shadow Empress from the prison the Light Clan, I forgot their name, have made for them. However, through each talisman you pick up, you unlock a part of the story from the past, both Aragami's past and Yamiko's. This is the real story of the game, because collecting X number of items to complete the game sounds like a pretty shit story, and quite boring. Okay, think Mark of the Ninja, then make it third person. You add the blink ability from Dishonored and you end up with Aragami. And just like both those games, when you try to fight out in the open, you get shredded. Or in Mr. Vengeful Spirit's case, you get poked once by someone and fall over, restarting from the last checkpoint. Which is something I want to talk about. Aragami is very unforgiving, to the point where I got spotted in the shadows multiple times because I teleported a little too close to someone I wanted a stealth kill. It wasn't the most fun experience, but I welcomed the challenge. And it also felt pretty satisfying killing that guy who ended up killing me like 17 times, but you know, whatever. There's no point in talking about combat, because in order to create combat you need both parties to fight, so I'll just say what you can do in order to murder your enemies while appearing as a badass ninja that controls the shadows. Because you are a badass ninja that controls the shadows, when you're not spotted. Or in the light. You have the standard get behind the guy to stealth kill, then you've got the oh shit he spotted me, mash space in the hopes that I get the kill first, kill, and shadow powers. Let's start off with the normal kills first. You can walk up behind someone or teleport behind them and kill them with your sword. Or if spotted, hope for the best you manage to hit space quick enough. Now let's talk about the more interesting stuff, the shadow powers. You can create a shadowy to kill enemies from afar. A shadow trap that can basically create a black hole, which is a great way to clear a whole room of guys that are hard to reach because of light. And to top it all off, a fucking shadow dragon that comes from the ground and drags its victim to what I assume is hell. The shadow powers aren't all offensive. You have a few defensive ones, or situational ones I might say. You have one that makes you invisible for a few seconds, another that creates a shadowy image of yourself to distract a guard, and one that reveals nearby guards through walls, which I barely used, but I assume is very useful had I used it more often. Aragami has collectibles, scrolls which are the only ones in the game actually, and count towards skill points. So you can spend them to get more abilities for Aragami to use. A really cool thing about them is not only do they give you skill points, they also give you a bit of backstory. There are also boss fights, which I don't know how to make a boss fight good in a stealth game, because it means they need to have the same unaware AI as a normal NPC, which isn't what a boss is. So to put a long story short, because I could literally rant about the bosses of this game, they are horrible, interesting in concept, but really fucking bad. Usually when I fight a boss in a game, it leaves me feeling, man, that was hard, but it was awesome. Aragami left me with, will you just die already? This is a pretty big issue for me. Boss fights should be challenging and fun, and you should feel proud that you beat it and not mad after because they basically cheated each time they killed you. That's a boss fight done wrong. Another problem I have is when you attempt to kill someone or hide their body with your shadow powers. It takes a bit of time for the animation to finish, something like 3 to 4 seconds long, so if another guard hears you or sees you do it, the chances are you'll just die. Overall, Aragami is a really good game. The boss fights might have made me quite mad. In the end, it was the stealth element that made me love it. Planning my moves before I made them, learn the enemy's pathing, as well as lots of replay value through the stage completion criteria, which unlock skins for Aragami and scrolls to learn more about the story. So if you want to be a badass shadow ninja that summons dragons from the ground to devour their foes, this is the game for you.